Yo, what's good, y'all? So, Rob Cologne, y'all seen the title. I've been getting a bunch of questions, specifically from an individual, he knows who he is, shout out Airdrip, who is Rob's biggest fan. He keeps coming to me, DMing me, hey Swift, why is Rob ranked number 7? Hey Swift, why is a Rob ranked higher? So I wanted to help answer Airdrips as well as a bunch of y'all's questions for why is Rob ranked so low. I'm gonna be doing this off the cuff, honestly, but to be honest, like everyone sees Rob, everyone knows he's top five easily. But it's just why isn't the algorithm ranking him high? Why isn't he being ranked higher than what we feel like he should deserve? Especially because we've always heard him at most like at five, and that's pushing it. Really, he's been in number one conversations, number two, number three. Y'all get the point. Anyways, let's get into this. So, first thing you'll see is that he is 12 and 2. Rob has only played 14 games. I already hear it now. People gonna say, "Oh, will you wait playing games too much?" I mean, you gotta play in order to be ranked. And don't get me wrong, I'm still tweaking. I make adjustments all the time, but he's only played 14 games. And I want to put this into perspective. I said this in the TNC Discord, my Discord, OTD, bunch of them. So look here. This is January 30th, 2023. Remember that. Probably won't. But look, January 30th, 2023. Let's look at Nas. If I scroll down to his very first game, shoot, I won't even go to his first game because he lost against Ty. So let's go to his second game. I'll be generous, just so I can be fair. So he played Frigga, beat him 13-6 on August 8th, or not August 8th, August 27th, 2022. This is roughly 6 months before Rob played his first game on the scene. But if we look here, Nas has 42 games. For non-mathematicians out there, 42 divided by 14, that's 3. So, anyways, Rob has only played a third of Nas's games, despite coming on the scene 6 months after. I'll be generous with that, so I can make it fair. So, 14 games played isn't gonna get you anywhere, honestly. Like if you look here, Zay has more games played, which is surprising because when Zay first came back on the scene, people said, "Hey, Zay can't be number one because even though he beat Nas in school, he can't be number one because he hasn't played enough games." So look, he's played more than enough, and arguably should be higher, arguably. But Rob has the least amount of games played and might be within the top 10 that's listed here. He's played 14. Let's see. Isotea 21, 29 with Fondy. We'll talk about Fondy in another video. He is a weird case. LP has almost caught Rob in games. He's 8 and 2. 4 more games. OP catches him within what, a year, I think? And if I want to filter this even more, just the 2025 alone. Dang, Rob about to be low. Okay, so Rob only played 6 games last year. Cam's only played 6 games, which I guess makes sense. He's on TNC. But look, again, he's only played 6 games within the past year, so he's played almost half his record overall. And if you want to skew it even more, you say, okay, played Scoob this year, lost to Scoob, whatever, fine. Scoob's a good player. Beat Tajai, belted him. Played Tay, another good. That's a good one, I think. I say that's a good one. Beat Sid, honest. Oh no, that's on off the dribble. Again, belt. Either way, don't remember Sid. I don't think anybody does. Cool. Played Zay. His best win, obviously, his best win. But then he loses to DA. And there's something I want to talk about this. And then he beats Greg. But no one really cares about Greg on Rob's record. So he is, if you look at specifically for pay-per-views, okay, he's 0-1 here, 1-1, 2-1 beating Zay, and then he's 2-2 losing to Darius Adams. With that being the case, like compared to everybody else, Moon is 3-0 on pay-per-views, I believe. Nesco is a weird case. He's either 2-0 or 2-1, depending on how you slice it. Um, Nas 3-0, Scoob 3-0, Zay is 2-1, I believe. So just looking at that, he's already within like the top five. He's already he already has the worst pay-per-view record within the top five. And I mean, we can compare his competition too. Arguably, Scoob has had the best competition, but like he lost to Scoob. He lost to pre-evolved Scoob before when everyone said Rob was going to kill him this game. I remember. I remember that. Isote, where Isote gave him that win, if we're being honest. But Rob did his job as not on to. If Tay don't make his free throws, Rob's supposed to still win the game anyway. I'm not gonna take credit from Rob. Beat Zay. This game was arguably game of last year, which is his best one again. And then DA. Main thing I want to talk about with these two games is that with with his Zay win, I've heard this a lot. They're saying, well, I've heard BLS say this. I've heard fans in the comments say this. Well, if you in the events, you're not taking into perspective context. Rob beat Zay in his hometown, so it's to be weighed even more. Do I agree with that? Not really, but by that logic, DA beat Rob in his hometown or in his state, whatever. He beat him in North Carolina. They balance out. There's not too much of a difference between beating Zay in his hometown and then Rob goes to his hometown and loses. It's not the same. So I've heard that a lot. I wanted to kind of squash that already. Uh, for if you're saying you're going to add points here but not take away points there, it's fruitless. Again, and then there's another weird thing with Rob too. I can't even say it's with Rob. It's mostly everybody on TNC outside of Moon. If you look here, he played July and the pay-per-view. Cool. He plays straight TNC League events. You can't see these, but he plays in only TNC League events up until this DA game. He doesn't touch a one-on-one and then plays. That's 5 months in between a game. At least to me, I don't think you should be able to hold your spot for 5 months unless you're playing like that competition and winning. That's the only reason Nas is so high right now. Nas can take gaps, but he at least comes back and wins. So this pay-per-view loss really hurts Rob, not just because he hasn't been playing. Well, I can't say that. It is because he hasn't been playing games. And how can I say this? It's from the perspective of he's 12-2, right? It's not just okay. Rob doesn't play. He's not. Well, Nas doesn't play either. It's not like that. It's more so, hey, when you're 12-2, naturally your win rate is gonna go down when you lose a game. It's gonna tank hard. Versus had he won, he'd probably still be 90 something percent. Only lost to Scoob, whatever. So that DA loss really hurts him from the top five. So combine that with game volume, who he's played, play kill, which is a good one. I I think everyone agrees with that. It's a good one. Beat Day Day, Skunk Day Day, but Day Day Scar, eh. He beat Scoob and Frigmus. Might need to make a Frigmus video. Definitely need to make a Frigmus video, but then he lost to Scoob again. dang, I didn't even. I got to double check too, because there's no way Rob didn't play. I know Rob was in China in 2024, but there's no way he just didn't play a game, right? In all of 2024. Well, that would make sense too, because he's missing a year. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost 90% sure these are all of Rob's games, not counting his China games and games to 100 because those games ain't gonna be added, bro. I'm gonna be honest. At least for right now, they're not gonna be added. They're not the same. But yeah, that's probably his biggest hit too. Had he just played during 2024, he might be ranked higher too. It's like he took a year off. But overall, I think he has. We can check games of 30. Let's see. He is what 5-2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-2 in games of 30. It's not bad. Scoob's undefeated. Nas is undefeated. Zay took his first L, but he's whatever in games of 30. So that's a lot of stuff that goes into this for why Rob isn't top five. I know we all see Rob hitting half court shots, Rob being a menace on the court, punching the ball across the court, but at least to me, like talent wise, I agree he's top five. I just don't know how else Rob would be able to rank up without him playing, unless he's playing high level competition every single time. I've even tweaked the algorithm like multiple times, trying to see, man, why is Rob top five? I think the most I've gotten to him being top is top six, and that's with Kel just barely being below him. But that throws off other players too, and I can't play favorites. I'm trying to keep this thing as objective as possible. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Check out the Discord, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Look at the rules. I should have said that at the beginning because if people come in my comments saying, "Hey, Rob is just this, and that," you see what he did in the 2-on-2? He's nice. First thing I'm gonna say is, did you read the rules? I'm gonna be honest. That's gonna always be my first comment. Now, if you did read the rules and you still want to say, "Okay, well, I disagree with this," I disagree with that. That's fine. That's fine. Because we're trying to make this the most objective system as possible. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next video.